You ever feel like the whole world's running on a treadmill, fast, but not going anywhere? People wake up, rush to work, drink too much coffee, check their bank balance with one eye closed, scroll through real estate they can't afford, and somehow still feel like they're falling behind. And you think, is this it? Is this really the game? Now let me tell you something I learned not from books, not from podcasts, but sitting at my uncle's table in Brooklyn, peeling oranges on a Sunday morning. That man never rushed, never raised his voice, but his money, always working harder than him. So today, I want to tell you about a different kind of strategy, one that doesn't chase trends, doesn't panic in recessions, doesn't care about what the neighbors drive. It's slower, wiser, and, believe it or not, works better. This, my friend, is the Jewish way of investing, or at least one flavor of it. Now relax, sit down, have a tea, maybe mint, maybe chamomile. We've got stories to tell. Let's start here, because before we talk strategy, we need to talk mindset. See, most people think, work harder, get more, then you can rest. Problem is, that never ends. You work more, you spend more. You get a raise, then get a bigger apartment. You buy a car, now you need a better one. You go on vacation, and suddenly your Instagram thinks you're rich. The race never stops, because it was never meant to. The system wants you busy, distracted, and dependent. It wants you financing new phones while making minimum payments on old couches. You're not a person, you're a consumer profile. You know who invented that feeling? A combination of advertising, peer pressure, and your cousin Shlomo who keeps posting photos of sushi boats like he's the king of Tokyo. And by the way, Shlomo still lives with his parents. But here's the twist. Wealth, real wealth, the kind that lets you sleep at night, isn't about how much you make. It's about how much you keep, how much you control, how little you actually need to feel full. And that, my friend, is where we begin. Because the Jewish way of seeing money, at least the one I grew up around, isn't about showing off. It's about safety, options, freedom. Money is a tool, not an identity. And the less you need, the richer you already are. There's an old Yiddish saying, "He who is content with little is the richest man alive." And I can tell you, that one holds up. Now, growing up, my grandfather used to say, "Don't eat your seeds, boy. Plant them." At the time, I thought he was talking about sunflower seeds. Turns out, he was giving me the best investment advice of my life. Every dollar you earn is not just money, it's a seed. You can eat it now, sure. Feels good. Buy yourself something shiny. Or you can plant it. But planting takes time, effort, and most of all, patience. So here's the rule. We don't spend first and save what's left. We save first and spend what's left. Like paying yourself before you pay the baker, the butcher, or the tax man. This isn't magic. This is habit. You save first, no matter what. Let's say you earn $1,000. Most people say, okay, I'll pay my bills, eat out, maybe buy a little something online, and then I'll save what's left. The problem? Nothing's ever left. So instead, do what Bubby would do. Take 10%, 15%, maybe 20%, and put it aside immediately, before you even think about expenses. You know why? Because emergencies happen. Opportunities come. And when you've got seeds in your basket, you can handle both. I'll give you a funny example. My cousin Eli started saving $20 a week at age 21. He didn't think much of it, just a habit. Every Friday, automatic transfer. Now he's 38, has 3 kids, and just bought a rental property, in cash. That's right. The man who once lived off instant noodles now owns a duplex. How? Consistency. Not brilliance, not luck, just slow, quiet planting. So you saved your seeds. Now what? Do you throw them into crypto? Chase the hottest tech stocks? Invest in your friend's cousin's AI-powered vegan falafel truck? No, you do something even better, something boring. Let me tell you about David, accountant. 2 kids. Lived in Queens. Never flashy. You'd never guess he had 7 figures in the market. You know how he did it? Index funds. Real estate he actually lived in. Dividend stocks. And time. That's it. No day trading. No Reddit tips. No caffeine-fueled crypto decisions at midnight. David used to say, "I don't invest in fireworks. I invest in candles." Candles? Yeah. Quiet, steady, useful. That's the vibe. The Jewish investing strategy often leans toward preservation first, then growth. It's about sleeping at night, not sweating during market dips. It's the kind of strategy that sees the long arc of history and says, "I'll wait." I've seen worse. And we have seen worse. Inflation, deflation, recessions, wars, depressions. Still, over the long term, boring investments win. Now let me make it visual. Imagine two farmers. One plants exotic mushrooms that grow fast but spoil quickly. The other plants olive trees. Olives take years to mature, but when they do, they feed generations. Guess which one we're trying to be? Remember, boring gets rich, exciting gets broke. Now, this one's big. Because the rat race, it feeds on debt. You want the car? Use credit. Vacation? Put it on the card. Kitchen remodel? 0 interest for 12 months, just sign here. But here's the trick. That kind of convenience comes with invisible chains. You might not see them now, but they're around your ankles. And once the payments start, they don't stop. Monthly, predictable, heavy. In Jewish tradition, debt is taken very seriously. It's not evil, but it's heavy. It's weight on your future. The idea is, if you can avoid it, do it. And if you have it, kill it fast. In the Torah, there's even a concept of debt forgiveness every 7 years, called the Shemitah. It's not just economic, it's spiritual, a reset, a breathing moment. Because carrying debt forever? That's not a life, that's a treadmill. Let me explain it like this. Borrowing to invest in something that builds you, like education or a business. That's one thing. Borrowing to impress your neighbors? That's how you stay poor with nice shoes. Think of interest like a leaky faucet. You might not hear the drops, but over time, it fills a whole bathtub. And before you know it, you're underwater. So here's the plan. 1. Avoid consumer debt. 2. Pay down what you owe aggressively. 3. Don't borrow unless the return is clear and sane. Because freedom isn't found in income, it's found in control. Okay, so you're saving. You're investing wisely. You're avoiding debt. Now let's talk legacy. Because here's where the Jewish mindset really shines. See, wealth isn't just about you. It's about the generations. It's about teaching your kids to value time over toys. To understand money, not fear it. To build not just a bank account, but a life they don't need to escape from. Too many people think money talk is taboo, that it should be hidden from children. But in Jewish homes, it's often discussed, not in greed, but in planning. It's not about saying we're rich. It's about saying, here's how we plan. Here's how we save. Here's how we give. Yes, give. Charity, or tzedakah, is not optional. It's a responsibility. Giving is baked into the formula of wealth, because money that flows only in one direction stagnates. But money that circulates? That blesses everyone. I know a woman named Miriam, school teacher. Never made more than 50 grand a year. But she taught her daughters how to save, how to think, how to plan. Today, those daughters own properties, run businesses, and, here's the best part, they still gather every Sunday for lunch. Just like their mom taught them. That's wealth. Not just dollars, direction. Teach your kids not just how to earn, but how to wait, how to budget, how to share. That's how dynasties are built. Not with Ferraris, with frameworks. And you don't need to be a millionaire to start. You just need to start. So here's what I want you to know. You don't have to be in the race. You don't have to play their game. You can walk a different path. One that's slower, but steadier. One that builds, not burns. You plant seeds. You wait. You grow. You teach. You protect. You share. And one day your grandkids won't just inherit your money. They'll inherit your mindset, your wisdom, your calm. That's the real prize. I want you to try one thing this week. Just one. Find $10 and put it away. Don't touch it. Not for rent, not for coffee. That $10 is now a seed. Let it sit. Water it with patience. Watch what happens when you multiply that habit. Now, I want to hear from you. What's one money habit you learned from your family? Or wish you did? Tell me in the comments. I'm always reading. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. And make sure you're here for the next one. Because next time, we're going deep into the weird history of money, including the time a German town used wood as currency and why it actually worked better than the euro for a while. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. L'chaim, my friend. To life and to choices that compound.